Hi, this is Carol. I wanted to show you a new project I've been working on and I'm really excited about. I had found this children's book on the free cart at the library. The pages were coming out and it was in kind of rough shape. I cleaned it up, took the pages out, and made this junk journal using the video I saw from Tracy Hines, aka Nanner Banana. I used her video as a guide and it was awesome. So now I know how to make this type of a spine, which I absolutely love now. It's my new favorite kind. So I'd like to say thank you, Tracy, for the inspiration. And I will link her channel and the video below. And I just really love this journal. I had a hard time putting the video together because I kept making mistakes and having to go back and backtrack and do all kinds of stuff like that. But I kept the story intact after many mistakes. Like, see the tape, the washi tape on the right? That's when I put the story in the wrong spot. But I did get it in order. And I love my journal now. I can't wait to work in it. I just think it's awesome. And I will show you now how I made the spine and sewing in one signature. And at the end, I'll do a true flip through. So I hope you enjoy my video. One thing I'll be doing here is cutting this apart. Let's go ahead and cut that apart while I'm doing it. Once you do it, you can't undo it, right? So what she did was she cut the book apart like that. I am dangerous with this blade. I'm cutting it away from me on purpose. I don't plan on using this too often. Everything else is going wrong. We don't need to draw blood, do we? After I get that spine off of here, then I can cut it with the scissors to even it up. There we go. Okay, so that's garbage. I'm just going to almost went crooked on it here. See, this is going to be glued into the almost went into the spine there, but when I put the backing on it, the spine, you won't be able to see it. What I should have done was put a ruler down, especially since this is my first time. I want it to be loose because when I work in it, I want space to really add stuff to it. 3 inches. I'd rather have too much space than not enough. So that'll give each one a lot of growing space. So the next thing I'm going to do is cut these two hanging folders. And if I mess it up, it's okay. I have more. I have more. So if I'm going to do it 3 inches, that would be 1.5. But 2 would make it 4 inches and give me a 1/2 inch on each side. So this is actually the 2 right there. That looks straight. Looks straight to me. The reason I like this is because I do not have to score it. Like I said, it is already scored. All right. And these should be exactly the same. Look the same to me. And hopefully the scores are the same because I tried to get the same brand. Yes. So she does need a couple more scores that look even. Now let's see if this is the same. Yes. If this is the same. Yes. All right. Farmer Brown. So now it's smaller. I'm going to find the scores. Scores make it easy to fold. I don't have a scoreboard this size, so I'm going to use my little dotting tool and this indentation in my, and now do another score right there. It's not exactly the same size, but that's okay. If I had a scoreboard tall enough, I could have just set it on there and measured it. The one I have is 6 inches. All right. So there is this one. I'm actually going to bend this one other direction. Because the plan is to make this one exactly the same, but have an opening like this. And that opening, which is it's hooked together, glued together, and it has an opening on each side, is where this will go in between them and get sandwiched in. And then the material goes over this. It's going to be a very fat spine. I'm going to do this exact same process that I just did on this one to this one. I'll be right back. All right, I have both pieces cut now, so I'm going to move my little mat here so I don't want glue all over it because I'm going to be using whatever this stuff's called, Fabri-Tac. So these are going to be glued together like this with these two pieces here flapped open. So I'm going to put Fabri-Tac all in there. All right, this doesn't glue, do as fast as art glitter glue, but it's still kind of fast. And I want this to still be even. Is it even? Even as it's going to be. All right. I've got a good long phone over here. That'll be better. That thing was bending. I want this to be very sturdy. So the book goes like this and like this, but I'm going to do it like this so I can see a little better. I think I need this again just so I can make sure everything is even. I just don't want to get glue on it. Because that's going to go inside that like that and glue down. See how that's in between? And this one, we'll do the same. Move this out of the way over to my left. Open that right there. I'm lining it up on this bottom line here to make sure everything's. This is going to be covered with material, so it's not going to matter if it's slight. I just want my book to not be wonky. You know what? I have to just do it. It's judgment time. So I'm going to put glue here, Fabri-Tac, without getting it on my mat. Same thing here. Okay. Press it in as far as it goes. Line it up on that line there. Go me. It's happening. It's sticking out on top a little. All right. Oh, goodness. I'm doing it. Can't believe it. Now, this is very sticky. The Fabri-Tac has balled up, so it's rolling off. I used to make, remember those tie together fleece blankets? That's what I had the cutting mats for. I would use a rolling blade to cut them. It was so much easier. This stuff just balls up. That's crazy. I'm not a big user of Fabri-Tac, so I'm still learning. I love learning new things, even though this thing has really done a number on me the past day or two with my video. Sure enough. All right. Okay. Line it up. With that lined up right there. Because I'm going to line this one up there also when I glue that on. So now repeat. I think this time I'm going to put this under it. Just right there. Just to keep it from getting glue all over my mat. Okay, so let's gluey here. Glue it up. There we go. All right. Line you up right there. Line this up there. Something against it. I hope that this top is lined up. Looks pretty lined up though. When I look in the monitor, oh my goodness, it's happening again. Now, one thing that Tracy used that I have none of is Rick Rack, which I didn't even know what the stuff was. I just called it zigzag trimmings. But now I know it's called Rick Rack, and it was so cute. Look, man. Press, press, press. Press, press, press. Very nice. I can't believe I did that. Honestly. All right, it's the next morning. I'm having my lovely coffee and it's very good. I did a few things off camera. One, the first thing I did was I enforced this a little more because it was so bendy from where I voted the score lines that it was almost too bendy. So I added a piece of the same folder there and a piece of it there. So now when I close it, it's more sturdy, but it's still pliable if I need it to be. And there's a hole there. That's okay because that will be covered with the cloth. This spine is awesome. It's very thick and sturdy now, but I'll still be able to bend it if I need to. And now this is extremely thick. I don't think I could poke all AWL all through it to make my signature. So I'm going to use the crocodile, like Tracy Hines did. This is going to go through anything. I made a tag with the scraps. Always got to use those scraps, right? Okay. So this is the process of doing a 3 signature sewn journal. I'm going to use the 3 pamphlet stitch. I use pink because I have so much of it. So I want this to be slightly inside. I just want to measure that and make it perfect. Okay. So right there to about right there. So I'm going to cut that, make sure I'm even. So this should fit in the spine now, but not when I fold it up, touch. See how that does? Okay. So now I want to go totally even with it. Mark that down there. And I'm going to cut the bottom. So now I have a piece of cardstock that fits perfectly. Okay, so here's the fun part. Now that we have this piece of paper that fits perfectly there, we're going to bend it and fold it for the signatures. So the first thing you do, bend it long ways into itself. Now cardstock may not be the best for this, but I wanted to use cardstock just the same so that it will. You do not want crooked. This is how you determine your holes that you're going to punch. So no crookedness can happen here. All right, so there's the first fold. See that fold? All right. So the next fold is into itself. I'm going to use a scoreboard because it's giving me a hard time. I don't have a scoreboard. I'm going to use this with my little tool here, but I'm going to do it right in the middle. I'm just eyeballing it, but I'm pretty good at that. I'm going to score it. And I'm going to do this one right in the middle. Okay, that'll make that way easier to fold. Yes. All right. So now you can see the 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. And like I said, this determines where you do the holes. So you want to be very precise. So now you fold it up this way. And so this tells you where those go together right there. Right where those go together tells you where the holes are going to be punched in the binder and also in the signatures in the paper. And then here you fold it into the middle. That's not where the signature's going to go unless you were doing a 5-hole punch. Fold it into the middle. Okay. So now then you fold this into that little line you just created, which is basically probably an inch, give or take. So now I'm going to put a dot where the 3 signatures will be with the Sharpie. Right where these intersections happen, there, there, there. Right. Now see how precise that is? And I'm going to write on here with my little pencil, if I can find it. There it is. Actually, I'll do the Sharpie because I might keep this top. Because even though it's precise, it could still be off a smidge. And when I use this for the signatures, I want the holes to be exactly the same. So here's my book. Now I'm not supposed to do this yet. I'm supposed to do it with the material on there. Now I know where the holes to be punched. So this is ready to use, but the next step is the material, which is something I've never done ever, ever, ever. All right. When I hit pause and start again, things just appear on screen. That's what just happened, I'm sure. So this one I thought about using, but then I remembered I'm using this for a different journal. That's my plan. So I want the spines to be different in case I put them on the shelf. So let's see. Which one? That one or this one? I think this one. The reason is because that's the background, that cardboard, and if it shows through, it won't matter because it's already that green color. All right, Farmer Brent, and the spots are the same colors as his clothes. That's it, I'm using this one. So I'm going to cut a piece down to size that will fit. I guess these are what you call fat quarters. I'm not sure for sewing. It was a set that I bought at a yard sale, a grouping of material that matches. I just want to make sure it comes together. Yes, it does. Okay, so I'm going to cut a strip of paper this size, and I'll be right back. All right, I've got this long strip now. And it's going to do like this. It's going to be on the front. I want the blue and the green to show. And then you flip it and it goes together like that. And I would cut it right there, glue it. Okay, that's how it's gonna go. And load this down with Fabri-Tac and then smoosh it out with a finger. I have to tell you, I've used more Fabri-Tac on this project than I have the rest of my entire life. So I'm going to go around just right there at just next to it. There'll just be more security. I don't know if that orange little border is going to show or not. So now I'm going to load this down with Fabri-Tac and then smush it around with my finger. This is such an out of my zone type of a project. This stuff is so stringy because I want it to stick to every piece. This is what Tracy did. I think she was more calmer with it than me, though. She's able to talk about stuff. Okay. All right. It's now or never. Crooked. Move over. Oh, it's going to be so cool. There's a lump right there. And I didn't even cut the material. I tore it, measured and tore. So it's got a little bit of that tattered look. And I'm just wondering if I even want to put this on here. I kind of like that. I like that little orange bit showing. Oh my goodness. This is fun. I've always wanted to use material. I've got so much of it. Little pieces because I was making masks. Well, I didn't need to iron it, did I? All right. Turn it over and do the other side. So, got a little glue on there. So, this is too long. So, I want this to come over and then do the rest. I'm going to do this little piece just to get it out of my way. So, put that on. And see, my little imperfections are now gone from the where I put together the book. Ooh, it's definitely tacky. Maybe that's why it's called Fabri-Tac. I won't. I'm not going to sew the signatures in until this is dry. I have an appointment, so I wanted to get this glued on before I left. So this needs to be right there. Perfect. Don't cut it too much, Carol. You won't have enough left. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to put the Fabri-Tac here, flip it down. Fabri-Tac, my new supply that I've never really used. The only time I ever used it, and the only reason I have it was because on my Halloween journal, my neon Halloween jump journal, which is linked below. I didn't make this very thick. If you want to see the playlist, the I had put pom poms along the edge of it. All right, there you go. All that imperfection of that file folder is now gone. Fold my book just a tad to get that crease nice. I do this when I use paper. That feels so neat. Let's see how even that looks. That's pretty even. The first little journal. Love it. Now I'm gonna flip it over again and feel for any little spots on the edge that might. There's a little piece that needs a little piece of glue. Because I might not put that trim on here. I am really pleased with this. I know on some journals you're supposed to lay them flat to dry, and some of them you don't. Honestly, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Put that from the top. That is cute. All right, I'm going to let this dry, come back later, and finish. So it's later in the day of the same day, and this is nice and dry and oh so cute. Oh, so cute. So I went to the fabric store and I got some rickrack. I used to not even know what this was called. I just called it zigzag trim. And I couldn't just get one color and I couldn't just decide on one color. Look, it's all the colors. Each color blends into the next color. I love it. And it matches just fine. I mean, some of the colors may not be on here, but orange is on there and the greens and the blues. So next step is doing the rick rack. I don't think I'm going to cover it here because I do like seeing that orange there because it's his shirt. So I'm going to do it like right there. So what I'm going to do to keep me right is put some of this on the edge. It's a masking tape. So what I like to do to keep it from being super sticky is after I tear it off the row, put it on my pants leg, take it off my pants leg, and now it's not quite so sticky. I just want to make sure I'm centered when I do it. All right. That way, when it's open, I'll be able to see the center. Let's see, it looks crooked, but is it crooked? Yep. Better do it from this angle. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. There's that. So I'm going to turn it over, do the same thing on that side. Okay, so I pulled that off also and put it on my leg. So now it lets me know the center. And the inside, I'm just going to flip it up and see when I open it if it's pretty. No, it's not. Okay. Just checking it here to make sure I am not going wonky, which it is going wonky. So when I do this one, I'll have a little bit of a visual there. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put more because I know me. That's that much. All right, put it on my leg. Take it off my leg. Let's see. Looks pretty good there. But if this was to pull off my material, I'd be toe up. Not long enough to put it on my leg. Take it off my leg. Okay, now. Okay, so now I'll know where to do it there also. Okay, turn it over. Once again, using the fabric tack, I'm going to put a stripe there, right in the middle. I went a little crooked. Oh, it's runny. But I want this to have all the colors on here. That looks good right there. Oh, so cute, so cute. And it just dropped on the floor. The whole roll did. Between my feet here and my legs, the floor is really covered in scraps. I don't want scraps on it. Little pieces of where I cut things. Alright, but the whole thing almost unrolled. The clumsiness continues. I think it's because I've been not feeling well, but now that I'm trying to get back in it, I'm rusty. Okay, let's see how that's doing. I don't want to turn it over till that's more dry. Okay, I'm gonna pause for a minute. I've glued down both sides, and now I'm going to flip it and do the other side. So let's glue this down. I'm going to first glue this little section so I can get the glue out. And put it right there. Always clumsy. That'll be used for something. Okay, so I'm going to start about right there. Get it done the rest of the way. That stuff strings out. It's weird. I'm still not totally used to Fabri-Tac. I don't mind that it ends like that there. Not going to bother me a bit. If it did, I could just add a little bit on top of it. It would have been ideal if it continued with the zag or the zig. The zig or the zag. All right, I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'll be back. All right, so now I have the rick-racker, whatever you say it, ricker-lacka-lacka, glued down. And I laid my bone folder on there and kind of just pressed it to give it a good press. I took off the masking tape. And before I mess with this anymore, I want this to dry. And because I did put a little glue on the top and bottom, I'm just going to set it on top of something just to let it float underneath. And let this dry. I'll be back. All right. My ziggy zaggy rick-a-wreck is dry. So I laid my thing here that I folded earlier to make my signatures. And as you can see, it looks pretty centered in there. And it's on the top. And when I put my signatures in, it's going to be 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to label these, and you'll see why when a little bit later. So this is number 1. This is number 2. And this is number 3. Easy peasy. So next step is using this thing. It's called a Crop-A-Dial 2. And I've already got it set. See that right there? It's the small hole punch. And I'm going to punch all of these holes. That might get in the way. I'll have to see how that goes. See if I can see what I can do. I can eyeball it here. I'm in the right spot. I've done this a long time ago with a regular journal, and my holes kind of were messy, maybe off a tad. But that's why you have to label these. All right. There's the holes punched. So I can take this off now. And even though it may not look like it, see the holes now? There may be variation, very slight variations there. Let's see what it looks like on the other side. You can't really see it. There's one. You'll see it when the thread goes through when I sew it together. They're there. They're there. I'm getting slap happy now. So now I need to get my signatures together to put in here. I'm just going to do one, but I'll show you kind of how I'm going to do the third one first. So decide where I want the different things, like the bag I want in the middle. The bingo, I want it to where you have to lift it to read the story. I'm going to go up a little more. Where is that? So this is where I like to see if it could be sewn in twice and not be floppy. Right where it is, basically. So I'm going to leave that right where it is. Fine. This one, bring it up a little. And it's not wide enough to be sewn into 2. Well, it kind of is. Move it up a tad. Not that it truly matters, but I like it when it's like that. Okay, so that'll be sewn into 2. This one at the top. See if that gets 2 holes. Go up a little. Most people don't give it this much thought, but I know me. If it flops around, it'll get on my nerves. All right, so that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's good. But I want it centered. All right, that's good. This is getting close to the middle. That one, that one. This should be the middle. We want this in the middle, middle, middle. And there we go. So I've got everything lined up. But I think I'm going to rethink this bag because I want 2 holes on it too. I'm going to put it on the bottom. Check it, see if it's in a good spot. It's in a good spot. So there we go. So now I've got it where I want it. So I'm going to keep squeezing it, but I'm going to coat it up like this, and I'm going to find the middle because learned this from Nicole, Relax Cut Glue, to find the middle. So I say, okay, the middle is this little flap here. So now kind of press on it, and I've been doing all this without having my clips ready. Okay, I have the clips ready. These 2 clips. Okay. So this is number 3, right? This is number 3. This is the top. So I'm going to fold it at number 3, just like this, and put it in the crease. Now I'm going to do like Nicole said, hold it and kind of bang it on the table just to get everything good and smashed together. Holding it together. Going to find this right there, just like that. On this side, I'm going to do it again on this side. So press it. I'll turn it around. It's easier for my hands. So press it. Oops, missed the spot. Hold it. The only holes I'm worrying about is line 3. So now this is pretty good. It's ready to punch the holes. All right, so I just need to do 1, 2, 3 holes with this crocodile because there's no way I'm gonna poke it all through that. So now I need to find the holes. I'm gonna go to the middle one first. Whoa, it went through it. Oh, okay. That was hard to push. I couldn't have put anything else on there if I wanted to, I don't think. All right. Yay. That was kind of hard. So signature 3 has its holes. Got these giant paper clips. I want this stuff to stay together. I don't need you. The next thing I gotta do is pick my floss that I'm going to bind this with. Let's see if we can see through those holes. See? You can see. You can see my finger. See the darkness? You can see through it. So my holes are still binded together. So I'll be right back. I'm going to get my binding tools. My signature number 3. Right direction. Here's my needle. All right. So I've got this waxed thread that I cut 3 times the length plus a little extra, the width here. And I'm going to thread this needle if I can do it. I previously tried this with some embroidery floss and I was having problems, so we'll see. Okay, going in the middle, in the book, in the bottom of the signature. Okay, there it is there. Pulling it, leaving a tail. Okay. Going over into the top hole. Try not to go through the actual string there. All right, so this one is on the right side, and to pull that out. Now these are on either side of that middle string. Yeah, this stuff stays tighter better. Yeah, that's gonna be way better. Okay, tighten it as well as I can. Let's do this. Now I'm gonna check it before I do anything else. Okay, I'm gonna take these off now. Make sure it's still so much better. Okay, good. Another knot. And another knot. Now let's see. Slightly wonky, but staying put. Very nice. Okay, so the wax string is way better. And what I will do is cut it shorter, but not too short. About right there. And then I will glue that together just to keep that out of sight, out of mind. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing for the next two signatures. I can't believe I finished this after all the craziness that has happened on and off camera, but I'm very proud of it also. There's my spine with the brown waxed thread. There's the front with my, I'm gonna call it rainbow rickrack. That's basically what it is. Farmer Brown's field trip. There's the back. And from the top, there are my three signatures. Now, if I let go, it will kind of open up a little bit because some of these pages are stiff. And I may have put too many pages in here. It's my first time, so I guess I will learn. I can't wait to work in this. And I'm going to truly try to use some junk and be a little messy because I do tend to try to be overly neat. So I'm going to emphasize the word junk when I'm trying to work in this. So here we go. Beginning of the story. This is a piece of music paper that I rubbed paint through a stencil. Same thing on the back of it. Here's a piece of grid paper, dyed paper. That's from Debbie Epps. I'll link her channel below. She sells awesome dyed paper. A piece of ledger sheet, bingo sheet that a friend of mine gave me a few of those. The story goes on. Some scrapbook paper from my sister. A page from the book Little Men by Louisa May Alcott. Another page from Debbie Epps. That's a ticket, looks like. This is from my friend Cherie, dyed paper that she made. A piece of lined paper. Music paper from my sister. This was an envelope that I had a name on there. So I put some brown, I don't know if it's what kind of paper it is. It's wrapping paper, but looks like Amazon paper, but it has polka dots on it. I love the paper. Got it at Ollie's. Okay, so here's the envelope, and I put some more of that paper on the inside because I think it matches this really well. This is paper that I painted, made painty paper with a brayer and just mark making. And it was extra long, so I flipped it up to make a pocket right here. It's on the back of a piece of scrapbook paper that my sister gave me. This is painty paper that I painted and then I scanned, which there's a whole grouping of it in my Ko-fi shop for free. But after I printed it, I put some black and gold paint on there. So I think that's really cute. And the story continues. In the middle of the signature where you tie it, I put this little piece of gel print made with giant bubble wrap. And I'm not sure if I want to glue that together or make a pocket, so I'm just going to leave it open for now. The story continues. I'm going to put something funny there for him to be looking at. This is more painty paper. A piece of scrapbook paper with skunks on it. So cute. And this matches the other piece of the envelope. Music paper. And this is the same stuff in reverse order. And the second signature and third signature are basically the same. The only difference is the dyed paper looks different. And the bingo card is a different color. The scrapbook paper has a different design on it. The envelope is a different color. More painty paper. Uh-oh, what happened? Another piece of gel print that I love the ombre effect on this one. It was also done with bubble wrap. Same stuff, painty paper again. And the third signature is same once again. The guide paper, the different color. The bingo card's a different color. The painty paper is a little different, but basically the same. So all of these papers like this and also these papers are in my Ko-fi shop as an 8-page PDF. It's free. And that's it. I cannot wait to use this upcycled envelope. I can't wait to play in this. I'm so excited. All right. I urge you to visit Nanner Banana's YouTube channel and watch that video and see if you can make one. It is really fun. And this spine, like I said earlier, is my new favorite way to make a spine. And I'm really pleased with this and I can't wait to work in it. All right, that's it. I'd like to thank you for watching and I hope you come back. Bye.